I just got more excited for FIFA 20 career mode, man. I cannot wait. I really am looking forward to doing a Bundesliga career mode because we have the full Bundesliga package. Now, you're probably thinking, wait, we already had that. We already have the broadcasting package. We already have a few stadiums. We've already got all the clubs. Yeah, but we don't have all the stadiums, and now we do. We have the full Bundesliga experience in FIFA 20, including the other tier as well. If I zoom out, you can see we've got all of the clubs in the first Bundesliga league and then, of course, the second league as well. So I'm thinking, you know what, guys? This could be the year I do another Bundesliga Road to Glory at some point with a team in the second league. Who knows? We will soon find out, but I'm really excited by this. Now, I should say, just before we get into this video, I've been actually uploading on my second channel. So right now you're seeing some No Man's Sky, which is a game that I've been playing with my wife, Ellen. Yes, we are married. Yeah, I can't believe that. I still cannot believe it. A lot of you would have watched this channel a few years ago, and I haven't really been posting on it, so I just wanted to give it a shout out because Ellen's been working hard editing videos for it. She's kind of taking over and helping me out with it. So if you're interested in other games that isn't FIFA, please do go ahead and click the link in the description and you can go ahead and watch us play other games. We're doing No Man's Sky, we've done a bit of GTA, we will be doing some Borderlands 3, I presume, so all sorts of games going up over there and I'd really appreciate it. The other thing to mention as well, more related to football, PES tweeted out this morning, or Konami, saying that they've got the entire Italian league. So we now know why FIFA doesn't, and they've, I think, responded by releasing this today, exactly the same day as PES announced they've got the Italian league, that they've got the Bundesliga. So there's a bit of a war going on right now. So if you're wondering, no, FIFA 20 will not have the Italian league. Of course, they don't even have Juventus. They have signed an exclusive deal with PES. So we will be using, what is it? What was it? Pimenta Calcio or something stupid like that. So we don't even have Juventus in FIFA, which is a shame if you're on console. On PC, at least, there will be mods. I'm pretty sure the mods will come in very quickly. So the main thing, 13 new stadiums. Of course, we already had quite a few stadiums. We already had Bayern Stadium, Dortmund Stadium, Hamburg Stadium. We already had Hertha Berlin Stadium. So there are a couple that are already in the game, but now they filled out the entire 20 in the Bundesliga, and we can take a look at some of the images here. Now, I apologise, they're not the best quality. I've had to take them from the trailer they've released. They haven't released any high quality photos, but you can see here some of the new stadiums coming into FIFA 20. This is Bayer Leverkusen Stadium, I believe. Yeah, it is. You can see their logo at the bottom here. I don't know if you can see that. So that's one of the biggest requested ones for me. I know Leverkusen have such an exciting team, and maybe there's a possibility I will be doing a Leverkusen career mode. Who knows? We will find out when the game comes out. We've got Frankfurt Stadium as well. Big fan of this one. Although, I've got to say, I don't think this will be a very good stadium if you're not a fan of on-pitch shadows. They've got one of those screens, big monitor things in the middle of the stadium. All those wires. It's going to create an absolute mess on the pitch during the day. But it's still cool that they've included all of them. We've got RB Leipzig Stadium. This is one image they actually have released themselves. So it looks very, very nice indeed. Another one that I'm sure would have been highly requested since RB Leipzig have just shot up out of nowhere over the last 5-6 years. And they're actually one of the better sides now. So they've spent a lot of money doing it. And I know they're not particularly liked out in Germany. But it is what it is. It's kind of like, you know, when Chelsea got their oil money, a lot of people got disappointed about that. And Man City now, of course. So I do get that. We've also got Cologne Stadium as well. Big fan of them. I actually believe a lot of YouTubers are there right now because of Gamescom. I'm not going myself, but we should be seeing some FIFA 20 stuff coming out from them. So that stadium's in there. And this one, I've got no idea whose stadium that is. I do recognise the blue is it Hoffenheim? No, it can't be Hoffenheim. I'm not too sure which stadium this is. I can't see any branding. I mean, what is this? Yeah, I can't tell. Let me just go ahead and fix the screen. Now that I scrolled in, I ruined it. There we go. So, let me know what stadium that is. Now, of course, one of the more exciting things about getting licensing and a broadcasting package and all that stuff is it does mean they tend to do head scans as well. If you don't know what that means, players, if they have generic faces in FIFA, they don't look realistic at all. Quite often they look just pretty stupid, to be fair. So when they get a head scan, that means they've actually gone to the player themselves with cameras. They set up a huge 360 rig. The players sit and they do all sorts of, like opening their mouths and doing emotions, and they take pictures of it, hundreds, maybe even thousands of pictures, and then they digitally put it into the game. So we're going to see some very realistic looking faces. And yes, can confirm that Havertz has been done. He will be in FIFA 20, looking very, very good indeed. That was, for me, one of the worst things about Havertz in career mode recently, because everyone likes to use Havertz. He's one of the best young players in the game, but he looked so bad in game. He didn't look anything like himself, so that's definitely a good thing. We've also got, I believe it's Hector. I want to say that's the German left back Hector. So that's kind of a little look into how they do this. It's very, very clever tech. So on the left, you've got him pulling faces and the camera's taking the images. And then on the right, you've got what the computer does with it. The software they use, I'm sure it's absolutely unbelievable. I mean, even the intricate hairs, the blue lines are sculpting around the hairs. And obviously, when a player gets their head scan, they look very, very realistic. Now, I should say, I have a video ready to upload. I can't upload it yet, but it is PES faces versus FIFA faces. So I'm very interested to see your feedback and your ideas on which game looks best. Typically, I'd say in the past that FIFA has generally better faces, but PES, they sometimes use artists and they physically sculpt faces, so you get a lot more of them. But yeah, that video will be coming out at some point when the embargo lifts on FIFA 20 stuff. Up next, we've got Delaney here. So this is the rig itself on the right. It's a lot of cameras. I don't even want to think how much that rig costs, but also how the hell they set it up every time. It must be so time consuming, but it's totally worth it. The problem I see though with this is it takes a lot of time. If they're spending, let's say, 2 or 3 days in one country going to different clubs, it actually probably takes a week or so to go through everyone. It means they're not getting to every club that we want to have head scans. For example, are we going to get Willock from Arsenal, Reece Nelson? Are we going to get some of the youngsters at other clubs around the world? Typically, you get the main big youngsters. Mbappe was done really quickly, for example, but the rest of the Monaco squad wasn't. So I think they pick and choose a little bit, and maybe they can fly players out to have it done at their base or HQ, whatever. But I would like to see them do this more, because it is a big thing. If you want to have all the licensing and you want the game to be as realistic as possible, that's what FIFA want. They want authenticity. That is the word they scream every single trailer, every single year. Authenticity! Well, then you need to get every player's face in the game. At some point, they need to really push the limits and get almost every single player. Even if it means changing the way they do it, spending a load of money, it's worth it, I think, because nothing is more authentic than having the actual players look like themselves in the game. So that's just my 2 cents on that. We've also got Coman here, I believe, who already has a face scan. They already showed Sanchez as well. He's been done again, I believe, an updated one, even though they did him, 6 months ago? Something like that. And then we've got Orban, for example. But in general, it's very exciting that we will be seeing some beautiful new stadiums coming into FIFA 20. This one is genuinely one of my favourites. I love nets that have the colour, so the red and white nets are very cool indeed. Big fan of the Leverkusen Stadium. That might be one of my favourites as well, although again, I'm not a big fan of shadows on the pitch, but to be fair, that doesn't look too bad. But of course, having all of the authenticity for every single club and new face scans and things like that, it's really exciting me. I think it's a good time now to maybe go into the Bundesliga and do a proper career mode. It's been a little while. I've done a Spanish one since they got the Spanish licenses and all of the stadiums. Obviously did Girona, for example. England clubs have always had their stadium in every time they've been promoted into the Premier League. I think we've had an extra stadium. I think Aston Villa already had theirs, and so did Norwich. Do Sheffield United have their stadium in the game already? I don't think they do. So we're going to get a new stadium in that regard. That's why I wanted Derby to go up and maybe Leeds as well, because we've had 2 new stadiums on top of another one, because Aston Villa and Norwich already had theirs. Basically, if your team has been in the Premier League in the last few years or has either been promoted recently, you know your stadium's in the game. So I'm hoping that this year, and I know it's selfish and a little bit weird, but I want 3 clubs that don't have their stadium going into the Premier League, because it means we just get more stadiums to play in, and that's definitely a good thing. But anyway, short little video today, just explaining the new FIFA 20 Bundesliga package that we're getting. And the more of this, the better. I just pray that this Serie A licensing that PES have is maybe exclusive for a year, maybe at most 2 years, and then maybe PES can then share it with FIFA. I'm all for companies using exclusivity to grow or whatever, but realistically, it's a loss for everyone else concerned. The consumer loses out because we don't get the choice. If you want to play as Juventus, on console at least, because like I said, PC will have mods. If you want to play as Juventus, you're going to have to play PES. If you want to be their actual... What is their name? Pimentio Calcio? Or something stupid like that. It's embarrassing. It really is. And the fact that they haven't got the Serie A after all this time, it is a shame. It really is. So hopefully we will see an improvement in this regard. But then again, if you are upset that PES have done this, that they've bought the rights to Juventus and the Serie A exclusively, then you should be mad at EA even more, because they've been doing this for years. They've had exclusive licensing for so long with many other clubs, leagues, whatever it may be. They, of course, now have the Champions League, Europa League, which was originally owned by PES. I think they just clearly outbid PES, and therefore they have the rights. So even if it does excite you that FIFA has all of these great licensing things, it is a bad thing for the consumer that they're not allowing us to have the choice. And honestly, I think it will never happen, but FIFA should step in and they should be saying, you can't do this, guys. You can share it. Please do that. I would absolutely love it. But again, it doesn't affect me too much, especially as a PC player on FIFA, because you get mods. And of course, with PES on console as well, you can download kits, leagues, badges, all of that stuff, and it's not that much of a problem. But you shouldn't have to do that. So thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please do leave a like. Make sure you leave a comment as well. Don't forget to check out my second channel, NGH Plays, and chill and watch the No Man's Sky series. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys are up for that. And I will see you in a new video soon.